So like cloning something and just trying to like make something similar to something else is, you know, an easy first step. Yeah, I mean, aside from that, it's then you just move up the ladder, like stop cloning so much, and you know, make something you actually want to make. But yeah, I don't know if that's a good answer. Ideally, you should probably make what. Yeah, one sec. I just had to alt tab. I think I crashed it.
No, actually, I disconnected so we could get one of our GamesMatter people in.
Ah, cool. All right. Well, I was looking at the people in the chat trying to answer his question. I don't have a good answer, man. I guess make what you're passionate about, but keep it small. Like, bigger the project gets, it just balloons out of control. If you think, you know, like even like a game like Fistful of Gun is way bigger than you expect, and it's just an arcade shooter with like some elements tacked on. So keep it really small. Keep it to the point where, you know, you could see it just being like, you know, like think really small flash time waster type scale with like one level, and that's kind of your first game.
You ready to start?
Shit, I'm not even in the thing. One sec.
There we
Yeah,
go.
let's do it.
Arcade mode. That's your favorite mode, right?
Yeah, when it's not unbalanced like this now.
Do you think that being a game developer, you see like the flaws in your designs and in other people's
man,
designs more readily?
Yeah, for sure. That's kind of the problem too. Like, I can't enjoy this anymore. I you know, like you can hear me like writing down things when we're playing because it's all broken. Everything's broken, and it's never a good moment. And that's kind of like the curse of it. You'll turn something you love into something that becomes a chore.
So that's kind of the danger to making games.
Oh, for sure. Like it's still fun in the context of you know, it's fun to play, but it loses a lot of its mystery, and I think that's what makes a lot of games cool. You know, like something like Final Fantasy or something like that. It has like a certain aura around it that makes it like maybe more than a game.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No
My
worries.
son's just having a bit of a cry in the background.
Oh, it's fine if you need to take care of them. We'll just show
Oh,
off
that's-
more of the game, and I'll talk about it.
Let's go. So yeah, I mean, a lot of games, especially like story-dense games, they have like a certain, you know, they're more an experience than something mechanical, like, you know, like what we're playing now, which is just almost pure mechanics. And when you start
I thought
pulling
this was
that
a deep
apart,
story of love and friendship, man.
You know what I
You
mean, like-
disappointed me.
the you know, when you start dissecting things, you see how it all works, and it's not pretty. You know, like it's kind of like, you know, you don't want to see how a lot of your food is being made in the same way.
You
'cause
see all the
it'll ruin it.
hacky bits. You see all
Yeah,
of the yeah.
Like I worked at KFC once, and I'll never eat at KFC again because I worked there. And it's about as safe as you can get. Like, it's deep fried chicken, you know, and chips. It's not like they're hiding too much stuff in there. But yeah, I mean, once you see how things are made, it changes your perception, and it's hard to enjoy them in the same light again. So that's the word of warning, I guess.
One person, The Last Ninja Cow, says, your game is awesome. I'm glad it's out now and not the version I played nearly 2 years ago. How long
yeah,
has
thanks, man.
Fistful of Gun been in development?
Well, I mean, it's been in development probably since about 2 years, but it hasn't been like something I've worked on full time. I'm working on like a game called Under the Ocean, and a few other I did a few Ludum Dares and stuff, and took a bit of time off because newborn and all that. So it's kind of, but I haven't really taken time off from games. It's just been I've been juggling projects and stuff. So I'd say it's well over a year. Like, it's been well over a year in development, but not 2 years. Like, probably about, I don't know, a year full time and maybe a little bit extra, something like that.
So even when you were working on things that you didn't really enjoy, or etc., even when you were seeing how the hot dog or
I actually
not the hot
really loved
dog.
that job. The pay sucked. That was the worst thing about that job. The pay sucked, and like the job satisfaction wasn't there, but it was fun. You know, it was just like hanging out with your mates and getting paid minimum wage to do it.
Yeah,
If
so,
that makes sense. Like,
but I mean, like,
it
even
was a
when you
joke job.
even when you were doing things that you didn't like, weren't like your dreams or whatever, like, oh, I
Oh, for
want,
sure. Nothing about games really. The perception that you have of making games is so different from reality. I only do this because I don't really know anything else at this point. Like, I'm, you know, skill-wise, this is the best I can do. Like, you know, if I was to learn a new thing, I'd have to devote another eight years of my life to it. And at this point, you know, I still have passion for games. There's nothing really stopping me making games. That's just as simple as it is. You know, it's either this or go dig a hole somewhere and, you know, just start from the beginning, do a manual job, or, you know, learn a new trade or a skill or something like that. So,
well, with
it's definitely
Minecraft, I hear digging a hole is quite popular these days.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely not what I expected, but
That doesn't mean it's
you
not
know,
good.
yeah, it doesn't. It's rewarding in a different way, I guess.
That's a good way of putting it. So, you have a family, as evidenced by your newborn son. What is it like
Yep.
developing games and like having a family and all these other different kind of adult things when
Yeah,
you're
it's kinda
making
difficult.
entertainment?
I mean, the problem with games is it doesn't really pay well. That's the truth of it. You read like, you know, it's kind of like movies. Like the top 1% of the movies will make all the money. That's the same with pretty much any entertainment. Like it's a hit-driven business. You need to be the best, absolute best. Like you need to be notched to make, you know, good money, like crazy money. There's no even distribution of like there's no welfare for games or anything. You know, there's fads that come and go where you can't. Excuse me. There's fads that come and go where you can make, like, you know, a living for a short time. Like Kickstarter was one of them. The iOS, you know, iPhone gold digging days where you could still make money just by putting shovelware on there. That was one of them. But if you want to make games, you got to accept the fact that you either need to be like the top 1%, like, or broke. That's just how it is.
Wow.
Like, this game probably won't break even. That's just. I mean, it may break even, may do well, but the chances are it's probably gonna make a loss. Like I'm gonna, you know, it's just how it is. It's a gamble. End of the day.
And so, like, yeah, even knowing those risks and knowing all of the different things that come with game development, what keeps you going?
Well, it's not a rational choice first and foremost. Like it's, you know, I can't explain why I do it anymore. It's just I've thought about it so much that it just doesn't. Even the question, why do I still do this, doesn't even make sense to me. Like I just can't process it anymore. I just keep doing it because I can, I guess. It's still
Oh my gosh,
entertaining.
there's so much whiskey. I have never drank even whiskey, but like this much whiskey, and ever. Like, our screen is just going bonkers.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have an answer for that, man. I don't know why I do it anymore. I knew why I did it when I started. Like, I wanted to make amazing sort of things that I couldn't understand how they worked yet. You know, I was fascinated by things I couldn't understand, basically. But to give you an idea of why I do it now that I understand it, is I don't really have an answer. Other than it's my best marketable skill and I like doing it.
We've talked a lot about the challenges of development. What are the really enjoyable parts? Like, what do you get up in the morning and you're like, wow, it's cool that I get to do this?
Well, I guess not having to answer to a boss is nice. I mean, having worked for someone for like, you know, different people actually for, you know, 10 years, it's always nice just to, you know, take a gamble on your own ideas, I guess. Even if it very rarely, if ever, pays out. Like, I've made like a net loss. Yeah. So that's a nice thing, like having creative freedom. That's cool.
And does working with Devolver Digital, who is publishing Fistful of Gun, help assist with that?
Yeah, man. Like that's a huge part of it. I don't think it would even. I mean, the marketing and just like helping me with, you know, living wage and stuff. That's a huge thing that they're helping with. That, I mean, without it, it'd be, you know, unfinished, basically.
And it's all thanks to our lord and hero, Fork Parker.
Yeah.
And it's funny, in game development, you see a lot of people, like, one thing that's really helping with marketing is these, like, personas.
Yeah. The indie that has a Twitter outburst every so often. And you wonder why, like, you know, people that are loudmouthed and, you know, I guess Phil Fish is everybody, the kind of guy that everybody relates to as far as that. You know, that kind of character is
and
it works, man. I mean, it sells games. Like that's drama sells games.
Well,
simple as that.
Going a bit further than that, it's pretty interesting. Just like it also could kind of provide like a window to, like, people wish that they had the freedom sometimes to tell people off or go off on a rampage, and independent developers are one of the only people that can kind of do that.
I don't know if that's a good thing though. I think
like, that's something we're still figuring out.
Yeah, I really don't, like, the internet remembers everything. Do you really want to, you know, like, just start insulting people en masse? I don't know. I can't really get into drama too much anymore. It's just, I don't have enough time. Like, I used to find it fascinating that people would have these sort of, like, personalities and, like, you know, develop games and then sell them with their personalities, but it's too much. Like, I don't have an attention span for that anymore. I got an attention span for things I can control, which is make more games, hopefully make enough money to live. You know, that's what I'm focused on. Just doing what I love and hope it pays the bills. Otherwise, I'll find something that does and do it on the side for a bit. You know.
What happens when I pick up those like little mystery boxes? Does that unlock me something I can use in the story?
Yeah, no, it swaps your weapon. There's like each character has like 6 different like loadout weapons.
Okay. So to permanently unlock a weapon, I have to unlock them in story?
They're never permanently unlocked. They're always, you pick them up per playthrough.
Okay.
Each character has 6 weapons, and they all like slightly different, basically.
So like this isn't like a Call of Duty sort of thing where I can pick my perks and my Kimbo shotguns.
In fact, if you want to swap to story mode for a bit, and we can show that if you want.
Oh, story mode is co-op too?
Yeah, but offline only. So,
now I'm throwing piranha fish.
Yeah. The balance is a bit off still. I think, see what I mean about the top end? Like, we kind of hit a plateau of, like, it's not difficult enough anymore because we've leveled past the,
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, you're cool with it, but I've got to balance it. So this is my job tomorrow morning. Wake up and balance this shit.
I love how when I have the unstoppable perk and I died, like this little cross like rose above me and descended upon my poor body, and I just all over the place.
You got a bit of time, but like if you got like lots of unstoppable, you can sort of like, I had 9 unstoppable before, and you could just run around and mash everything before the level ends.
Wow, that's pretty cool. And so, seeing the strategies people have kind of started adopting, and even that you've started to have over time? Has that been